Hey friends, Kevin here, your Sacramento Stockton area realtor and lender here with this week's weekly real estate report. Well, as we go and we take a look at the chart, I've got some kind of surprising news here. Probably not what a lot of people are expecting. So let's just start with, let's start with the thing that's most surprising to me is, so here we have the median list price. And, we've seen the peak, that is for sure. And we are coming back down. But look what's been happening for the last several weeks. It has really plateaued out and holding steady, which is to say that the homes coming on the market are not seeing big reductions in prices, which is I find to be very interesting. Now, we can kind of compare and contrast that to the median sold price, what homes are selling for. Well, okay, so we saw the peak and then we see things start to slide down. Homes are selling for less. And then we get into this crazy way down, way up, way down, way up, down, up, kind of working its way down. But this week it is back up a little bit from where it was last week. So kind of interesting that we're really not seeing this over the cliff panic selling market crash that so many people said are going to happen. Now, it's not to say that it couldn't happen later. Eventually, I suppose there will be a market crash, just like a broken clock is right twice a day. Eventually, there will be a crash. Whether it's going to happen now or later, nobody really knows. And if they tell you they know, they're lying. So, all right, let's take a look down here at the pending sales. Pending sales, kind of the same thing. We saw the seasonal fall off. And we really should see it continue to go down this time of year. But look what happened. It started going back up and it sort of hit another little plateau, which sort of tells me that buyers are back out there and buyers are looking. And if the price is right, people are buying. All right, talk about inventory. Well, nice to see inventory, went up, but it really reached its crest and is falling back down, which is very normal for this time of year. So, we've got a lot of things going, but I think the takeaway from this is the market is still reasonably strong out there. I've got plenty of listings. I'm talking to buyers, and they all kind of had the same theme that the buyers are saying, we believe that the housing market or housing prices are going to continue to come down. So why should we buy now, Mr. and Mrs. Seller? We will buy now if we believe we're going to get a good deal on the house you're selling. So if the house is a good deal, they'll go ahead and pull that trigger. If they see it's not a good deal, they all have the same statement. We're just going to back off and see what happens with that house. All right, let's take a look at chart number 2. I haven't shown that one in a couple of weeks. So we were watching this yellow line here of price reductions. I mean, just the amount of price reductions are just huge, which is to say that so many sellers and agents were caught off guard. And as I've always said, when the market changes, it does change very suddenly. It's usually not a very gradual thing. It changes pretty rapid when things start to come apart in the economy. All right, so we've reached that peak and now we're seeing fewer and fewer home reductions, but let's kind of tie that all together with, we have a lot of homes that are inactive, not selling. We have, let me see, a lot of homes here that are expired. Of course, this dark blue line, you can see every 4 to 5 weeks a spike, which means the first of the month when all of the listing contracts expire. So seeing a lot of expired, but it's growing. So expired plus inactive usually indicates that you will have a lot of back on the market, which is the green line here. So yeah, a lot of those homes are recycling, coming back on the market, probably having a price reduction as they do so. So what is the yellow line really telling us? It could mean a lot of things. I think more than anything, it's just saying that rather than seeing a lot more price reductions, which by the way, we're at around 1,700 price reductions a week. That's a lot. All right, let's not discount that, just not as many as it was several weeks ago up here near 2,400, but a lot of price reductions still happening. But I still think a lot of people are bringing the price of their home on when they list their house are actually being a little more realistic. So this still tells me that we're still headed towards or in a buyer's market. So speaking of buyer's market, what are those buyers paying for rates these days? Well, there's some bad news for you. Last week, a few weeks ago, we went from 5.13. Last week, we jumped to 5.55. This week, up to 5.66. As fears of more inflation are happening. Fed said they're probably going to raise interest rates, which is really kind of surprising because didn't we just pass the, what was that act we just passed? The Inflation Reduction Act. So I would have thought there was no more inflation. So anyway, that's a little tongue-in-cheek or sarcasm for you right there for your Thursday. All right, that's all I have for this week. Hey, it's great. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you here next week. Take care. Bye.